Dear friends, a very good evening. Today we discuss the topic Once Upon a Time, a poem. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes. Search behind my shadow. So in these lines, the poet is talking to his son. So once upon a time, how the people used to laugh means people used to laugh people used to laugh with their hearts, and while they were laughing, so there were expressions. So expressions were especially in the eyes. So then we can understand here the poet is talking about now and then. The poet is talking about the time of now and then. So but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes. Search behind my shadow. So in this expressions means with their teeth means it is containing. The expression shows natural, not a natural laughing. It is only artificial laughing. Laugh with their hearts. It means laugh with their hearts means cordially, laughing cordially. Once upon a time people used to laugh cordially, naturally, and while they were laughing, then there is an expression in the eyes and in the hearts or hearts. So while their eyes block cold eyes means here we can understand by this expression. So eyes block cold eyes means expressionless eyes. So once upon a time people, when they were laughing, in their eyes there was an expression, but nowadays people are laughing, but in these days, so what kind of laughing is it? With their teeth means it is only artificial laughing. And eyes black cold eyes, so means nowadays while the people are laughing, so there is no any expression in their eyes or in the people's eyes. Search behind my shadow means actually behind my shadow means behind poet shadow means here we can understanding by this expression. Search behind my shadow means try to look at the darker side of a person. So actually nowadays people are looking, so people are looking without any expressions, without any kindness. So they would like to rob any people. So if there are any mistakes, so mistakes in a person, then they would like to follow them and they would like to cheat them. So next the poet is talking in the second. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that is gone. Son, now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hand search empty pockets. Before going to explain this once again, let's see the first lines. So in the first stanza, people nowadays they are going to theaters. People nowadays they are going to theaters means there is no sentiment, there is no real sentiment, there is no real expression, there is no real laughing in the family. So in the family members there is no any laughing, smile. So that is why people are going to buy the comedy in the theaters, because of in the family there is no real laughing, there is no real laughing. That is why the people nowadays they are going to theaters to buy artificial laughing or comedy. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that is gone. Son, away. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. Actually, there was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but once upon a time people used to shake hand each other. How they are cordially, heartily, really, but likely. But nowadays people's one side they are giving shake hand and another hand is going to robe and they are placing into the pocket. Means nowadays people are using to give the shake hands dislikely, and another thing is they are going to cheat or rob other people by keeping their hand in the pocket. So that is why here the poet is talking. Now they shake hands without hearts. Means what? Without hearts means without like, without expression. So means they dislikely giving shake hands. Means we can see as soon in the programs or anywhere, people nowadays they are giving shake hands as soon as they given a shake hand or shake hands. So then they are going to behind of the house or anywhere and they are washing their hands with the contention of untouchability. So it was due to the problem. It is due to the problem of untouchability. So the people are using to wash the, or people are washing the hands. Some other people they totally dislike to give the shake hand. Then they are escaping. So here we can understand they are not. If anyone are going to give the shake hand, but that is not cordially. That is not really a shake hand, because of one side they are giving shake hand, another with another hand they are robing or they are placing their hands into the pockets. Next we come to feel at home, come again. Feel at home means feel comfortable. Come again, they say, and when I come again and I feel at home, once, twice, there will be no thrice. There will be no thrice, for then I find doors shut on me. Here the poet is talking. So when visitors or when poet went to the relatives, so then they feel at home means they felt very comfortable. So if the guest or relatives comes, so once upon a time people use it to ask, how are you, how did you, how are your children, and as well as they asked, do you eat anything, do you drink water. So they had given hospitality to the people when they come to home or when they come home. So here we can understand once upon a time people use it to ask the guests or relatives, so what they needed. But nowadays, so but the poet also saying, when I went to the relatives house, but they felt very comfort first time, first second also they felt very comfortable. They had provided everything, or they might provided everything, but at home once, twice, there will be no thrice. But first time, second time, so they visited, they welcomed, but third time they are going to shut or close the doors, because of people are not going to give the hospitality. Third time onwards means first time relatives came, second time also relatives came, but they first time, second time also they felt very comfortable and they visited the poet or any others visitors. But here we can understanding, first time they visited or welcome, second time also welcome, but that is not really, that is not cordial thing. They did not invite them, they did not welcome them cordially. So but dislikely they welcomed him, dislikely they had given hospitality to the guest or relatives or visitor to the visitors. They have given everything dislikely but not likely. So that is why they, when first time, second time also they felt comfortable, but it is not a real comfortability or comfortable. So but we can understand here third time. Here will be no thrice means what is the meaning of this expression? There is no longer welcome if he or she visits often. So if anyone come more than 2 times, people are not interested, they do not feel comfort So that is why they are going to close the doors. So I have learnt. So I have learnt many things, son. I have learnt to wear many faces. I like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. So in these lines we can understanding the so poet also going to learn how the society is at present. Nowadays people do not have uh, do not have natural laughing, and there is no natural hospitality. So according to condition of the society, now poet is going to change his character. Totally is going to change. That is why he says, or the poet is saying some words. Oh my dear son, I also changed. I have learned so many things. I have learned to wear many faces. Means uh, many faces means in many situations, in different situations, how to be. He has learned. The poet has learned. So that is like how to be in different situations. uh, uh, to the face, uh, he had wore different kinds of the dresses means he is going to change his face, facial expressions. Means we can understanding that the first facial expression is home face. Means in the house how they would like to be. The poet learned in the house, especially generally couple they use it to scold, or they scold. That is common thing in the house. So in the house how to be, the poet learned. In the how to in the house how to be, the poet learned. So here we can understanding. So I have learned many things. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses, home face, office face. So even though felt very irritation in the house, how to be in the office with the um, colleagues, the poet had learned or have learned, has learned. And street face means even the felt very irritation in the family. The poet learned how to be in the street. As soon as he entered in the street, then he had learned. Then he learned how to greet with the street members who are passing in the street. Hello, how are you? I'm going to office, and where are you going? To greet like this, how to behave in the street. So that street face also he wore. So next, host face means actually if he goes to any house as a host, as the guest, so then also how to be in that houses. So then he learned how are you means whether he was sad. So he says, I am very happy, I am very happy, everything is fine. He used to he learned everything. He has learned everything with all their conforming smiles, with all their conforming smiles actually. So by different expressions, so he is going to express every expressions with the smiles like a fixed portrait smile. Actually such kind of feelings are going to expressed by the poet. But here we can understand here like a fixed portrait smile. Even though there was the smile in the poet's face, but here we can understanding that there is no real smile, real happy, real facial expressions. Those are all artificial expressions. So here we can that the poet is saying like a fixed portrait, a smile does not change with moods or feelings. So that is a smile, but it does not contain such a feeling expression. But that is look like a portrait, unmovable, like a statue. So here we can understand, you check learned to wear many faces means this expression means people can change their expressions to suit different occasions. And we get another like a fixed portrait smile means a smile does not change with moods feelings. Next, and I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it has been nice talking to you after being bored. Actually, in these lines, the poet is talking. So I have also learned to laugh with only my teeth. Poet also actually changed his behavior, changed his character. Now he is not going to laugh naturally. Now he changed, and he is going to laugh, or he is laughing artificially, not with heart. The poet is only laughing with his teeth, means it is a artificial laughing. And as well as poet also has learned uh, giving shake hands without my heart means the shake hand that does not show warmth or happy but routine formally, so means formally giving. He is giving shake hands formally but not likely. He is giving dislikely. So that is why it is formal. Anyone we may meet anyone, we will give the shake hands formally, but it is not cordially, it is not naturally, but it is just like formal. In the way poet also giving shake hands. And when I mean I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance. Good riddance means here we can understanding. So when the poet is going to feel bore, when the poet would like to get riddance means get rid of someone, so then poet also saying at that time goodbye. But if the person is coming on the way in the street, so when we look them very far, so then we would not like to speak with them. That's why we would like to escape from them. But even though if we face them suddenly face to face, then talking is mandatory with the candidates in the streets. But at that time what we say, at that time we will definitely say, we will talk. Actually we are not like to speak with him, but even though while he was speaking, so while we are going to leave them, means it is due to get rid of him, it was due to feeling of bore, then we will say to him goodbye. So but it is not really, we are not saying this word really or likely, but that goodbye also dislikely we are saying goodbye. That is not, it means bad bye, we can understanding. Without being glad and say it has been, to say glad to meet you without being glad and say it has been nice talking to you after being bored. But at that time if the visitor or anyone are in the street, so when we meet them, when we talk to them, even though we feel talk to them very bore and dislike, at that time also we people use, nowadays people are using to say nice to meet you. If they meet disliked persons suddenly in the street, so they would not like to talk to them. Mandatory, it is a situation condition to talk to them. That is why at that time people are using, the poet also learned in the same manner, but people are using to speak with them, even though they do not like to speak with the candidate, they say nice to talk to you. But the poet also learned the same manner which is being followed by the people. Believe me son, I want to be what I used to be. When I was like you, I want to unlearn all these um, muttering things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So, in these lines, the poet is asking his son, my dear son, believe me, I want to be what I used to be. What is the meaning of it? To be true self. To be, to be true self. So, here we can understanding the poet is talking to his son. Oh, my dear son, how I used to be in the past. Used to be means it is fast expression. So that is why how the poet used to be in the past. What kind of habits? Actually, poet used to be very true, very truly. So that is why poet saying, I would like to maintain natural qualities and I would like to maintain true qualities. So that is why according to society, some conditions made me, different conditions made me to maintain different facial expressions. But my dear son, now believe me, I am going to change. I am going to change. So that is why I would like to be how I used to be. It means in the past time. So at the then time, poet used to be very frank, and he used to laugh frankly and naturally. He used to give shake hand uh, naturally. So in the same manner, he would like to give now. To unlearn all these mutting things means mutting things means mutting things means here always changing things. To unlearn all these mutting things means here the poet is going to learn all the things are going to change always. So unlearn means you would not like to learn. According to the society, he would not like to change. He would not like to change. He would not like to learn changing things. But he would like to be constant how he was in the past. How he had maintained a natural laughing, natural shake hand in the past. So that is why most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. Actually, the poet is saying, my dear son, actually, I would like to relearn the things, the past things, the natural laughing, natural shake hand, such things I would like to relearn again. So that is why poet is going to, poet went to the before the mirror. So and he is talking. You would like to check his facial expressions. You would like to check his facial expressions means here we can understanding how the expressions were at present in the face. Then he observed his facial expressions means so then suddenly he observed in his face teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So actually the poet observed his own or his facial expression that is like a snake's bare fangs means fangs means here we can sharp teeth. So here teeth like a snake's bare fangs. This expression means a dangerous laugh or smile without expressions. But the poet went to the mirror and he was observing how his feelings or expressions are, and that is why that expression, when he expressed his expression or facial expression before the mirror, he identified that his expression is totally that is smile or laughing is totally a dangerous laugh or smile without expressions. In his face there is no real expression, there is no real smile, there is no real laughing. So these things were observed by the poet. So here we can understanding teeth like a snake's bare fangs. In the figures of speech it is simile. It is like, as, or like. If these words comes in the poet, we have to consider simile in the figures of speech. So ultimately, the poet went to the mirror, means what we can understanding. Poet went to the mirror and he would like to correct himself in the mirror. What are the his mistakes, expressions, wrong expressions are in his face. The poet went to the mirror because of he would like to correct himself. So that is why he went to the mirror, and what are the wrong expressions in his face he is going to identify, and he identified, and he told those were very that is very dangerous smile or laugh or expression, so that he would like to correct it. These things are being spoken by the poet to the sun. Next, so show me, sun, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. But here, poet is talking. Poet went to the sun. Oh, my dear son, please show me how I used to be in the past. Means how I used to. Means how the poet has how the poet used to laugh in the past. That laughing is natural laughing. Smile is natural smile. Shake hand is natural shake hand, but those were not artificial. That's why the poet forgot all the things. That is why he would like to relearn again, and that's why he went to the sun. Please, my dear son, show me my past things, how I used to be in the past. And as well as he is asking, I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. So when I was like you means, this expression means the sun is not corrupted in the society. When I was like you means here sun. So when I was like you means the sun is not corrupted in the society. So how the sun is not corrupted in the society, in the same manner poet used to be in the past. The poet also maintained such a sun's character, sun's original laughing, smile, and natural shake hand. Such characters are in the poet's life. So these qualities are also in the natural qualities are also in the sun's life. So that is why poet is saying, once upon a time when I was like you. Once upon a time, how was the poet? The poet just like a sun. Here sun is, how is the sun? The sun is not corrupted in the society by the different kinds of the facial expressions or artificial expressions. So that is why once again he came to sun and my dear son, I would like to learn how I used to be in the past by the natural qualities. So like this poet is talking to the sun. So by the what is the main theme of this poem? How the people were and are then and now, then and now. So there in the olden days there is natural, everything is natural, but nowadays everything is formal and artificial. That is why it's not better to be maintain natural. It is unnatural qualities, artificial qualities. The poet is asking to be frank and to maintain natural qualities. Everyone. This poem is written by Gabriel Okara. Dear friends, if you like this video, please subscribe and share this. Thank you for listening this class. If you like this video, please like and share.